start my stopwatch. Hello, everybody. Hello, AAUW branch members and guests. This is a webinar or a Zoom chat that we are doing. One of the goals this year is to help branches with different resources to achieve different levels and goals that they may have set for the year. I'm Barb Duran. I'm the Programs VP for the AAUW of Michigan, and I'm from the Wyandotte Downriver branch. And Linda Kevorkian is my partner in crime. She's my cohort. She's also the program's co-VP. So Linda, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm from the Birmingham branch.
Okay.
And so I'm anxious to learn everything myself. So
yes,
this is very interesting.
So Linda and I have been busy putting together programs for the state, so all the branches, the 30 plus branches we have in Michigan. We just recently had a DEI webinar last Friday with one of our branch members, and we've got more webinars and different programming set up for all the branches to watch. And this is going to be recorded, so you guys can go into YouTube, and this will be something you can show at your branch program or your branch meetings as a program. So what we're going to talk about today, I'm going to share my screen, and then I will introduce the other ladies that are here with us. So let me hit this share. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen. Today we're going to talk about how to achieve the 5 stars in the 5-star recognition program. This is on aauw.org. Can you ladies see this? Linda and Judy and Carol? Okay, just want to make sure we have it on. So this is where you can find it. You can go up to this little, the little magnifying glass at the top of the screen, or you can type in aauw.org and then just type in 5-star program, and this will pop up. So this is for July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2023, which is about coming down the road here. And so one of the branches last year that achieved the 5-star recognition was the Dearborn branch. So we have 2 wonderful ladies with us from Dearborn. So I'm going to let Judy and Carol introduce themselves. And then we're going to talk about what they did to get this 5-star recognition. And if you really think about it, from what I've talked to them in the past, it's not that difficult to find things that you're already doing that meet these criteria. So Judy and Carol, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Judy, go ahead.
Good morning. This is Judy Buck. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I don't see myself. I only see you. Anyway.
No, that's okay.
We looked at the 5-star program last year, and as a new president and unfamiliar with what the 5-star program was, I found it to be a little bit daunting. But once we got into it, my partner in crime is Carol Wells, who is branch treasurer. Once we got into it and started analyzing just exactly what it was they were looking for, it wasn't as tough as I thought it was going to be. I'm going to let Carol talk specifically about the financial side of things and the membership side, because she has those records. But it was not that tough of a form to fill out, and we were very successful.
Great. Just for background information, how many members does the Dearborn branch have right now? Or,
Currently we have 98 members.
Great.
We were able to secure 7 new members since September.
Wonderful.
We did lose quite a few members to COVID issues, not illnesses or succumbing to COVID, but it just changed the way people were thinking about where they wanted to spend their time, and if they wanted to spend their time in groups and whatnot. And a number of them were people who were living away from Dearborn anyway. So unfortunately, it was sad to see them go, but we've been working at getting new members as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Carol, I'm going to let you chat just for a minute, introduce yourself, and then we'll talk about the advancement star, which is kind of the first one, which covers the financial and the membership portion.
Okay,
so
I'm
go
Carol
ahead.
Wells. I'm the treasurer of the Dearborn branch. I've been a member since 1970, so I've been around for a while.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so anyway, looking at what we did last year, raising the $30 per member. No, last year it wasn't 30. Last year I think it was 25%. What I did was I looked at our contribution for the previous year, which was 705, and I multiplied that by the 25%, which was 176. So added that on. So we needed to contribute $885 for our contribution last year. And we did do that. We sent in 3 different checks, and we were able to obtain that. And so, yes,
can I ask? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Carol. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, did you just split that up amongst the members and say, hey, you all owe us $10, or did you contribute from the branch treasury, or how did you do that?
Yes, one check for $100 was in memory of 2 of our deceased members.
Okay.
Because we always contribute $50 per member when they're deceased. Another one was another one was we had a member who passed away whose family was very generous in that Rosemary wanted to make donations to AAUW. So we used $340 of her contribution toward it.
Okay.
And then that was I'm not quite sure where the $450 came in, but they were all contributions.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So,
and I know our branch donates as well. We just had a member pass away a couple weeks ago, and I think we do $100 donation.
Okay.
And we also do named gift awards. So we do $750 a year as a named gift award, which goes into the General Greatest Needs Fund. The branch votes on, we nominate a member who has done just a wonderful job in the past year. And then we present that in June in their name at $750. So that's something, so branches can do different things, it sounds like. We have different ways of achieving this, and it doesn't have to be cookie cutter all the same way. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And just thinking of the future for this year, we have a lot of fundraisers going, and so that's going to be a nice basis for us to make contributions this year.
Okay. Can you talk about a couple of them quickly? I know you have the book sale coming up. You guys are revamping and reactivating the book sale, correct?
Yes, we are. And Judy can maybe talk to that better. But the biggest thing was we have some merchandise empowering women, and maybe some have seen that around. And that's been a big thing of Judy's, and I can let her talk about that. But that's been a nice fundraiser for us.
Great. Yeah, I saw the shirts. I know you have t-shirts, I think mugs, and what else do you have?
Tote bags.
Okay.
And our t-shirts are short sleeve and long sleeve. I like the long sleeve for this time of year.
Good to know.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So doing fundraisers for this cause is another way to do it. You can designate that money for the Greatest Needs Fund. Instead of if your branch is doing well, a lot of branches are struggling financially, but if you have enough money through dues and that to get you through the year, and you want to do a fundraiser or even split it, part toward the branch and part toward the greatest needs to meet this criteria, then you can do that as well. So that would be great. Great. So you take the $30 per member and times it by how many members you have, and that's pretty much what you need to raise or increase for this year, or increase your contributions by 15% over the last year.
Right.
So that's a couple bullet points right there that you can knock out just with some calculations by the treasurer of the branch. So, okay. And then let's talk about the membership. Retain at least 80%. It sounds like you guys are bringing in members, which is wonderful.
Right. And last year we definitely had no problem in doing that. I was looking at, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I don't know how to silence that. Okay. We have 101 on our roster right now. And
Mhm.
if we take off the 4 board members that I see, that gives us 97. So, so we have 97, and of those, I think 7 probably are new ones. So that's 90 that we retain. So we definitely have retained 80% of our branch membership.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you just take what you have as your membership for other branches. You take what you have as your membership now, right? And you just
Right.
multiply that by 80, right, percent.
Right,
And
correct.
that will give you your number of how many new members you need, or how many members you need to retain.
Right,
So out of 100, it would be 80 members, right? So as long
right,
as you don't lose more than 20, you're good. And bringing in new members as well is what you should be concentrating on, because people pass away, people move. Like you said, COVID kind of
correct,
messed us up for a while. I think all branches were affected by that.
correct.
So yeah. So and
Okay.
Judy's got the criteria. She's keeping good track of that. So
Yeah.
she's got that all filled out. And you can fill this out along the year. You don't have to wait till June 30th, right? To fill these submission forms out, because you'll forget. I know I always forget. So if you're the treasurer, or you're the president, or you're the membership director, fill these things out along the way. Make yourself a cheat sheet. And you can see here on my screen, there's resources on the right. Recruitment, retention, and fundraising in the COVID era, and programming in a pandemic. So these resources will help you meet these criteria as well. And I don't know if you ladies have used any of that, but it's there for any branch to do. So great. And then did you do anything with the legacy circle
No,
number?
we
Okay.
have not had any of those at all.
Okay. So the first 3 bullet points are the one you guys concentrated on, and that's the ones that you met. Awesome. Okay.
Right.
Judy, did you have anything else to contribute from a branch president's perspective?
Not in this area, no. I
Okay.
think we're
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Okay. So great. We're going to move on to it. What's the next area you ladies want to talk about? We have public policy, we have governance, programs, and communication. So if you want to set on a specific one, we can cover that, or we can just go right down the line.
Let's just go right down the list.
Okay.
See what we can come up with.
So let's go public policy and research. So probably one of the easiest ones is appoint a branch public policy chair, right? So I'm assuming your branch has that. We do too. Linda, do you have a public policy person?
Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. And then the next one's conduct an annual meeting with the member of Congress, governor, or member of their staff. So tell us what you've done in that area, or have you not?
We have last year actually we had Mary Pollock speak via a Zoom meeting, and that was very informational. And I think a lot of the membership that attended that meeting really took to heart what she had to say, and gave them food for thought of how they get involved. And then we have plans for this year to first we invited Sheila Blair to speak at our November meeting, and she kind of outlined what the vision is for AAUW Michigan. That was interesting. And we have some future plans. I don't know that I want to announce them at this point, because
that's okay.
I don't think they're confirmed, but we do have some future plans with our newly elected mayor, that is, I believe, in the works, but not confirmed. And then the other, hosting at least one event where there is an opportunity to sign up for the Action Network. I feel like that is something that is basically, you can put out a sign out sheet at every meeting, and it's there, and put a sign next to it that says what it is and what it's all about. We had, I think, 3 or 4 members sign up last year at various meetings. So that one I think is very easily attainable. You just need to advertise it.
Right. Okay. So that's a great way to do it. Just at your branch meetings, have a sign up sheet. And then for the elected officials, I noticed you mentioned mayor, so they don't have to be, they can be government officials from your own city, right? The mayor, if you have a congressperson or a local house representative from the state of Michigan, or somebody that, lives in your area or will come and do a program, like you said, even it could be a Zoom It could be something virtual.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's pretty easy. Once you have the public policy chair and you just have one of your elected officials come and speak, do like a state of the city, what's happening in your town. I don't know, Birmingham, if you've done that, Linda, with anyone from
Um,
your city.
Well, Sally Doty is heavily involved with public policy, so
Okay.
I'll chat with her and find out
Yeah.
if that's happened.
Okay.
Unfortunately, our branch is not. I've tried to get them interested, but they're not working to meet the
Yeah.
criteria for the five-star program at this time. Do you know how
Okay.
many branches have met the criteria for the
Well, we
five-star?
have I think 4 or 5 right now
Okay,
that have done it in the past. There may be more. I'm not aware of how many have actually achieved it in past years. This past
okay.
year, I think we had 4 that got either 1 to 5 stars, but Dearborn's the only one that got all 5 stars
Oh,
in
that's
our
great.
in the state of Michigan. So
Yeah,
kudos to them. And
congratulations, Dearborn. Yeah,
yes, and they're telling you how easy it is. It's not a lot of
it
work. It's
doesn't look
things,
that hard. I thought it would be more
no,
difficult.
it's things we're already doing. We're just not
Right,
realizing or tracking them as part of the 5-star program.
right,
It's things
right.
we're already doing. So again, if you have a mayor or council person or somebody that you want to have come speak to your branch, that's a perfect way to get this one. And then our public policy director for Michigan is Ruth Brown. And if you know Ruth, she's from the
Mhm.
Jackson, Marshall area. She will come and speak to you or do a Zoom
Oh,
call
okay. Yeah,
as well.
okay.
And she's a little more southwest of the Detroit area, but she's available. And Mary Pollock, again, Mary is, she knows what's happening
Yeah,
she's
Mary's
got her finger on the pulse of not just the state of Michigan, but nationally as well. So she's a good one. We have her come every October and speak
yeah,
to
we do
our
too.
branch. So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on public policy? No? All
Yeah.
right, governance and sustainability. This is a little scary. I know sometimes might be because succession plan. I know a lot of branches, mine included, we don't even have a president lined up for next year, right? And that's the story with a lot of us, I think,
Right,
that nobody wants to step into leadership. It's
right.
scary. It seems like it's time consuming and there's a commitment there and people are nervous or scared of doing that. So tell us, Judy and Carol, what you guys did for this star.
Well, our succession plan, I realized, and I guess it's just because of the way I think, it was apparent to me that there was not, the transfer of knowledge was not that great. So I started by creating a booklet that has both the policy sheet and the bylaws in it.
Mhm.
And then I asked each of the key members on our board to highlight those responsibilities that are in the policy sheet and in the bylaws that was pertinent to their role. And then I also asked them who they work with in the branch and how they interact with them. So that, we have, obviously we had our annual meeting last night and we have one member who is already on the ticket for our election. And we are missing 2 at this point, but we are looking at it so that, at least you have some jumping off point, where to start, who to talk to, because a lot of times you get people who are really new to the organization and they don't have a clue. They
Mhm.
just don't,
Mhm.
because you don't pick up that kind of stuff in a meeting.
Right.
So that's what we did, and we'll see if it works.
Good.
And
Good.
I have to say that the assignment that Judy gave us all was very, very easy. We just went in and picked out the bylaws and the policies that pertain to us and put them on a paper in a folder she gave us. And then anybody that was on our committee. But I think the main thing in the succession plan is we have to remember to prepare somebody to take our place. It's
Right.
our responsibility to see that we're helping somebody take our place, not just dropping it.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I know our branch has co-presidents. We decided to do that this past year. So I'm co-president with another lady from our branch. So this is the end of this is my second term. I did last year. And then this year we brought in a co-president. So last year I was president by myself, and then this year I'm co-president. So now I'm going to step out in June, hopefully, step back, and then someone will move in. And then Terry has already got a year under her belt with me. So we kind of have one experienced and one newbie person, and so that they can learn from the experienced person, because she's had 1 year to learn from me. And then that way we've always got two people. So we share the load, because I spend part of the year in Tennessee. So I'm not there for I wasn't there for our December holiday dinner. So there needs to be a second person to step in. So that worked out really well for our branch. Some branches may not want to do that. I know some branches rotate too. They have a different president every month.
Right.
And if that works for you, that's great too. Just make sure that your branch understands, like you said, the policies and the bylaws and what needs to be followed from that focus of it. And then appoint a diversity officer. We did that last year.
Yeah, we have that now too.
We have a diversity officer, and she used to be the foundation president, so she stepped out and gave somebody else a chance to do the foundation. And so she's our diversity officer, and she's brought a couple of, looks for YouTube videos. So we had a great YouTube video about unconscious bias. We actually have a member, Ayana King, who did the program last Friday for the state. She's a branch member for Wyandotte Downriver. And so she did a DEI program as well. So we'll talk about programs in a minute. And it says here, diversity officer does not need to be a board member and does not require a change in bylaws. So you can just appoint somebody who either has experience in this area or who wants to, do this job, and just find everything's out there on YouTube and Google, and there's different DEI and diversity related topics that you can bring to your branch for meetings and programs. So, all right, anything? Go ahead, Judy.
Another point in the governance and sustainability section about using this strategic plan. We create a strategic plan, and that's what our driving force for meeting planning and a lot of different things. So it's there. We use it, and so if everybody does that, they're in good shape. If you've got a succession plan and a strategic plan, that's you're on your way. You're on your way.
Yeah, and we have one too. I came in 2018, but there was one from 2017 to 2024, I think. So we'll look at it next year and see what needs to be changed or revamped. And so, yeah, it just takes like one board meeting to go through it and just make sure that we're on track to make sure we're going to meet. The first board meeting of the year is probably a good one to just review it as a board and make sure that we're things we need to add, things we need to take out, or things we need to, say, check off the list. We did that and move on and add something new. So, it's a living, breathing document. So you always want to make sure, things change. Look, COVID changed everything, right? So that changed a lot of plans for people who were having, in-person meetings. Now Zoom meetings are available. Who knew we were going to do that, right? So, okay. So I think we'll move on to programs. And then we'll talk about communication. So host at least 4 mission-based programs that align with the strategic plan. So either one of you want to jump on that and talk about it?
Well, I could say, as I said earlier, in the governance and sustainability, if you have a strategic plan, then you could basically pull out from that strategic plan meetings that are based there. I don't happen to have mine in front of me right now, but you just go through, like, we have DEI, we've done human trafficking, we've done education, any of those will work. So just take a look at them and use that as a guide to develop your program.
Right. Salary pay gap's another big one. If you have young people, 40 to 50-year-olds, even younger, 30 to 50-year-olds, I'll say, in your branch as members, they're out working in the workforce, right? Have them do a program on, what they're experiencing with pay, wage gap or gender equity or anything like that they're experiencing in their workday, in their life. That would be a good program. Or, find some things, like I said, on YouTube about these issues that are in your strategic plan. You've got, like she said, diversity, you've got public policy, you've got all these different areas that you can lean on, and you can come out here to the programming in a pandemic and find out what good programs, maybe there's some ideas there as well. So go ahead, Carol.
No.
I thought you wanted to say something. Judy, did you want to say something else? Go ahead.
Yes, I was just going to say that one of the things that we are working on in our branch is our 90th anniversary. We attended Wyandotte Downrivers last year. And it really got us thinking that we better get ourselves in gear here and get it done. And I was sharing some information with Carol the other day, and basically it was historical milestones that women have met. And I think it's always good to remind our membership that this is what it was like. This is what we're
Yes.
doing now. And there may be even future a little bit about what it can be. And I think
Yes.
that would be just an interesting, fun program. We tried a little bit of that when we did a program about Ruth Bader Ginsburg in October
Mm.
last year. And I was able to find a whole bunch of facts about how things had changed for women. And it was just utterly amazing. You know, there was gasps in the audience because
Wow.
they found out that a woman couldn't have a credit card in her own name.
That's right.
So
You
that
had to
was
have your husband on
fun.
it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was great fun.
Yeah. And we had, just speaking of the 90th, those that didn't come, but thank you, Dearborn, for supporting that. Let us know when yours is, and we will support you back. We had Women of the Decade. So from the 30s to the 2020s, we had boards, or we had displays from the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, and every member took, or certain members took up that project, and they made up a trifold board. They made up a video. Some of them did videos on their laptops. So whatever you wanted to create, scrapbooks, it could have been anything for that decade, and just get that information for that decade where women were involved, how women were involved, how women weren't involved. What were the restrictions that women had? How did they overcome those? So that we had those on display at the anniversary dinner, and those were really, really well received. So that's another idea, right? So yeah. And so any other programming, if you have issues, I know our program person for our branch, he's got us programmed out through May. We don't meet in June, July, January, and February, but March, April, May, she's got program speakers already lined up. So try to do it 3 to 6 months in advance. Don't wait till the last minute to find a speaker, and talk to other branches. I'm on the programs team for the state, and we put out a speaker list. It's in the Google Drive for AAUW of Michigan, and I can email it out. I think I emailed it out to all the presidents and or program VPs of each branch. Birmingham, here's all of their programs. Ann Arbor, here's all their programs. So all the branches, or those that at least submitted those to me, I put in a spreadsheet with the name and the topic, who's the person, the contact, and so you can get these people on your schedule for your programs. So they're out there. The information's out there. You just got to find it. And again, that will help you meet this star. And then the last one is communication and external relations. So this is your website, your Facebook page, your LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever you have that you reach out to the public for your branch. So Judy, you want to talk a little bit about this?
Well, that's exactly what we did. We made sure that anytime we had a posting, either on Facebook or on our website, or advertising things that we were doing on our website, and we were able to get that star very easily, because you just have to advertise what you do, say what you do, and do it. That's pretty much the bottom line there.
Yeah, yep. I know we have a Facebook and a LinkedIn, so we try to reach out to the business community on LinkedIn, business women, younger business women. We've had some success there. We've had a couple women join who were, in that category. And then, like you said, just get your posts out there, do, diversity, equity, inclusion. You can, and again, here's a toolkit. Here's all the links you need to get information. A lot of branches struggle with Facebook and social media. If you have someone younger that's on Instagram or any of those other, you can do a TikTok video. Our branch is thinking about doing a video to put out on YouTube or whatever, and just, be more visual and more, interactive with people. Instead of just a post, do a video and post those online. It can just be people talking about your branch, or it can be a fun video. You can make it fun. You can put music behind it. You can, whatever, make a slideshow. There's lots of options on this area. This one should be the easiest one to get, I think, if you guys agree with me. So, Linda, do you have any input on that, or Carol, on posting social media and website? No? Okay.
No.
Well, all right. So ladies, we've just now getting on 30 minutes, and we did a great job covering the 5 stars. So branches that are listening to this and watching this, It's out there. It's easy to do. It's not that difficult. You're already doing the work. You just have to
Oh.
capture it. Wait, go ahead, Linda.
Oh, well, just one quick thing. We do have a web page that one of our members works really hard on our webpage, and a lot of material about upcoming events posted on our webpage, and but I think
Yeah.
that was yeah.
Yes. And we do a newsletter. We have a diversity corner where we do a diversity posting every month. We have a career corner where we talk about pay gap or careers, women in the workforce. So we cover the DE, and we do postings on Facebook as well. So I know we definitely hit this one for sure. And I think most branches do. Again, just need to just copy it down, have someone who's good at recording these things, just record them throughout the year. And we do an annual report. So at the end of every year, we have a different sheet for we have a membership committee page, a public policy page. So we put together an actual annual report. I don't have it in front of me, but it's about 16 pages, and it has a page with every committee and what they've done. You know, how many programs we've had, how many public policy actions we've done. Did we do a get out the vote? Did we do meeting with Debbie Dingle or whatever it could be, you know? And so that annual report becomes almost your criteria to submit for this, because it's got everything encapsulated in one place. So that's a great way to do it. And then we just put that in our Google Drive, and we always have access to it. So, all right, ladies, great information. Is there anything, Judy or Carol, you want to add? You know, going out now, we're going to be signing off, but you ladies have done a great job. Congratulations on reaching the 5 stars. I think every branch, we could do a record branch this year, record branches getting these 5 stars. So is there anything else you want to add?
My comment would be that if anybody is interested in talking more about what was going on in our branch, they can feel free to give me a call or contact me, and I'll share even more if or maybe answer specific questions.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay,
that sounds great. All right, ladies, and if anybody wants to reach out to me and you want Judy's email information, maybe I can put it in the chat here. Let me see if it'll chat. Here we go. Okay, so Judy, your email is
JARCBUCK at
hang on, JARCBUCK okay
at sbcglobal.net.
What was it? SBC Global?
SBC Global.
So JARCBUCK at sbcglobal.net.
Yes.
Okay. So there's Judy's email. I'll give it a minute for everybody that's going to be watching to write that down and reach out. And then I'm at barbduran@aauw.gmail.com. So if you need anything from me or Linda, what's your?
Oh, I'll spell it. KEVORKIANLK@gmail.com.
Okay.
And if
there
you
we go.
If you want to add mine.
Go ahead, Carol.
CK Wells 1455@gmail.com.
Okay, great. So there we go. We've got all 4 of our emails there. Please reach out if you want any information on the 5-star program with Judy and Carol from Dearborn, or if you want anything statewide. If you have a program that you want to share with the state of Michigan branches, Traverse City's done this, Midland's done this, I think Birmingham has done this, and Wyandotte has done this with our DEI series. So we can get that out for you. Just let us know. So ladies, we're at 33 minutes. Great job. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to stop the recording and